Swadika, welcome to Thailand and to the island of Koh Samui. Luxury according to Gracie. Why am I wearing a shower cap on a private, secluded beach? For me, hairdressing, the cost of hair colouring, perming, haircut has gone stratosphere. And my trend prediction is more and more people are going to be seeking a bespoke hairdresser experience. And I know for a fact that someone's had her hair done by many hairdressers across the globe. What has been my most memorable experiences? Has it been the Mayfair of London, where my hair was cut, coloured and shampooed for about £800? Was it the south of London, where a beautiful Italian man took about 6 hours to colour my hair, really tailored, bespoke to my liking? Was it up in the Pyrenees in Andorra, where another man just took his time and completely transformed the colour of my hair? What in 2025 for me, luxury according to Gracie, hair dressing service trends? What will completely be transformed? And certainly those hairdressers, and there's one from Perth called Circles, she has over 30 years experience in the industry. She can command high prices from 3,000 or £2,500 euro perms to £1,000 or euro colour. She can command that because she has the experience and she understands her worth. And I think, well, I know for the industry as a whole, there is a lot being underpaid. But what are you seeking with that price? What are you expecting? And so this is my trend forecast. Well, definitely for me, a one-on-one consultation. Because how many of you been to a hairdresser and walked out in tears? Moi, from high end to low end. You know, your hair for me, mine doesn't grow. It really is like a complete inexpensive makeover, right? Whether you've gone for a divorce, or you're going through menopause, or you've come out as a cancer survivor, or you are just wanting a whole image change. So your hairdresser can do that. But what are you seeking? What are you looking? Now, I'm 54 years old. As I said, I've had so many hairdressing experiences, even in Southeast Asia, Australia, Europe. What am I seeking? What are my trend forecasts for hairdressing, and what has been my most memorable experiences? And why on earth have I decided this morning in Koh Samui to colour my own hair? We'll get to that in a minute. So as I said, I've had hair experiences in Mayfair, the highest ends. I've done it in Venice, Florence, Luque, Australia, all parts of Australia, and Southeast Asia, from Malaysia, where Tony Blair, former UK president, had his hair done. I've had it in Singapore. I've had it in Thailand. I've had it in Vietnam. I've had it in Andorra, top hairstylist. And now definitely people are going to seek more and more women like us in our 50s. We've been there, done that. We don't need more clothes. We don't need more Baroque pearls. We don't need more jewelry. What we need is that human connection. How many of us have shared our deepest traumas to our hairdresser? And you know when you have, when you find out that everyone else knows. So that's my first top tip. If you're going to share your trauma, make it clear to your hairdresser you don't want everyone to know. And if you do, then share it. I'll say it again. How many of us can have a beautiful relationship with our hairdresser and shared the deepest traumas or visions or frustrations or a big decision making? Like, subscribe, put in the comments. Well, I have. But the thing is, I don't have a relationship with any hairdresser because I'm always forever traveling. So it's very rare for me to go back to a hairdresser. But mark my words, I'll tell you where my best hairdressing experience has been and why. And luxury, according to Gracie, I want that intimacy. I want that connection. I want them to be looking in my eye, advising me, look, this is going to work. That's not going to work. Your hair's too thin. That color's not going to work. So they're really speaking to your hair soul. Then if you want just a trim, there's an entry point. If you want a whole restyle, if you want this bespoke experience, it's going to cost you. But don't have a poverty mindset thinking, hold on, I'm going to walk out here. I'm going through menopause, or I've just broken my leg, gone through a divorce. You're going in there for the feng shui, for the feel-good factor, for that, I would say, inexpensive result. Unlike, flying to Thailand or flying to Italy, right? So, and you want to feel welcomed, you want to feel singled out, you want to feel that you are being heard. And then also, with experienced stylists, they'll take control. And where you're sitting on the fence and you want a complete transformation, which I'm looking for, and they'll say, look, do you trust me? Will you give me creative freedom? So be prepared for that and make sure you're clear. Take old school Vogue magazine. Study it. There's plenty of social media advices. So for me, and again, why am I walking? Coloured my hair here in Koh Samui. In Samui you can get for $1,000 baht, less than €40 for a hair colour, cut, wash, blow dry. Bangkok, I've had one, it cost me around €150, but he had won awards. How did I find him? Follow your gut instinct. He won awards on colour. So, and he did a fabulous job, and for me it was money well spent. We had a bottle of wine. It was just after the pandemic, November 2022. I shared with him, he shared with me, and it was just wonderful. I know where he is. I'd go back to him in Bangkok in a flash. Don't think you'll be charging those prices now. So I'm looking for experience. I'm looking for spotless salons. Not like I've got 33 clients under one roof. That's not me. And it's fantastic. I don't want to be rushed. I want to be pampered like a wellness. So I'm prepared to pay the price for that. And I actually had that experience 2 weeks ago in Hua Hin. I met her in a coffee shop and she spent like 2.5 hours on my hair. Just a trim, very simple. Wash, scrub, loved it. And she shared and I shared. I learned Thai language. I learned more about Thai culture. So for me, it's also about that connecting. And my passion, the luxury according to Gracie, is handing over that cash that I know that it'll feed her family for a month, She was so happy because it wasn't busy. She shared with me, you know, she's a startup, left a great review. That's what makes me tick. So, and whether it's a luxury Tuscan leather handbag, 100% made in Italy or eyewear, or this manicure, again another startup, 3 hours, and she's done a fabulous job. This has been done 3 weeks now. I had Songkran water fight. I'm in the water in and out. It is about supporting what I love, small startups or small businesses that my hard-earned cash is going in to encourage them to keep going, to believe in yourself and don't give up. So that's what I love. So for me, knowing, so I like little boutiques and little startups. To me, that is my world of luxury. And they also give it back, and then they'll come in with this like incredible tea from Japan, then they'll recommend and they'll hustle upsell, which I'm fine with. You know, Kun Grace, would you like a foot scrub while we're waiting? Like Southeast Asia is another level when it comes to hair salon. You know, nowhere else in the world does it. And there's a lot of hair, like you're saying keratin and conditioning your hair. I've experienced this for 15 years now. And I love when the little Thai lady comes in with a homemade coconut oil. And I tell you, it looks different and it smells different and it's wonderful. And they come in and they're using that in my hair, or they say, would you like to buy it? I love that. I love for the underdog. That's what makes me tick. Luxury, according to Gracie, isn't about the big conglomerate brands. And we can see that happening in the dupe area of fashion, Prada, Gucci. I mean, they've long lost me a long time ago because I'm not getting value for my money. Also, Italian background, hardworking. I want value for my money. I want to know I'm not being ripped off, and I have been in those situations, even at high end. So that's, for me, is the world of luxury. Supporting small businesses, trying something new. Like not having anyone in the hairdresser but me. I'm menopausal. Sounds, hot flushes. Oh, it irritates me. I'm going in there as a feng shui, as a wellness, as a calming, as a recenter, as a reinventing myself. I've written it on my YouTube. I got called an old hag from a professional salon in Melbourne, Australia. You think I want to go in there? Watch what you say on social media. An old hag? So, you know, I'd never go in there. We don't like to be criticised. I totally get it. But just think about, it all got deleted, but still sticks with me. And then I looked at myself and I thought, well, you know, why am I wearing a bag over my head? Why have I coloured my own hair this morning? I'll simply tell you. I'm having a very stressful situation, so I need to center myself for it. I grew up in rural Australia, East Gippsland, the ocean, the sea. I was a water baby, the ocean, not the sea. It was my healer. It was every time I had a big life-changing decision or a big bullying incident, which basically is happening here in Thailand. Come here to center, to ground. And I looked at my hair and I thought, like, honestly, the lady in Hua Hin, it's a misunderstanding, for like €15 or 20, she could have coloured it and blow dried. But it wasn't what I was seeking. So I've just done this. I will get someone to do this before I go back to Europe. But I just, and I've never done it before, so it's beautiful. So for me, here's my luxury trend forecasting. How about getting a hairdresser to colour, cut on a secluded beach? Oh, that's Gracie's business tip. I think there's a whole market for it. During pandemic, I'd have lots of a hairdresser come and do it. on my Italian villa, and it was just absolutely stratospheric, beautiful, right? So think about that. If you want a quiet place and you've got a beautiful place, ask the hairdresser to come in. That is worth every penny, cent, euro, and dollar or Bitcoin. So my third trend forecast, especially for women in their 50s, is I grew up with perms, and I always envied my friends having a perm. I couldn't afford a perm. I had naturally wavy hair. I've never had a perm in my life, but I think it's all going to just kick off this whole teasing of the 80s. Crimping. Does anyone remember crimping, where you burn the crap out of your hair and it was just like this? I don't know if that exists, but I'm here in Southeast Asia. For me, the DNA of any hair product in the world is Korea, and I'll be heading there. There's so many products here in Southeast Asia that is overwhelming, to the point brands like Revlon, this hair color cost me €4. It's the real thing. Why? I'm loving competition, and I have found, especially the beauty industry this year in Southeast Asia, has stratosphere into unknown brands from Korea, from Japan, and you better watch out dupe products from China. So buy from reputable brands. And the product of castor oil, you can check that out on my YouTube, combination with rosemary and a combination with coconut oil. My hair doesn't grow, it's thin, it's always been like that, but since I've been doing these three things, it's been a game changer. I live in Tuscany as well, which I'll be there next month. Hedges and hedges of rosemary, rosemary water, rosemary in the bath, rosemary in my pool, like the spray, and my hair never fell out. And I haven't managed to do that here because, well, I just think when I'm in Asia, so my hair's sort of falling out again, but it just didn't. So that's fantastic. And my final, what's the trend forecast for hair color for 2025? Now that whole Kim Kardashian, silver fox, platinum hair, it's everywhere here in South Asia. I'm sick of it. And then the super blonde. Isn't it funny how we all want to change our hair colors? But that's the power of hair color. And hasn't it changed? Hasn't hair color and the technology and the formulas? And as I said, you know, I'm here in Southeast Asia, and the stuff from Japan and South Korea that, like you guys, you can stick to your keratin, you can stick to your big name brands. I get it, they're reputable and they're reliable, and hairdressers use them just so that things don't go wrong. But I've been doing this for quite some time. Mother Nature offers you everything. So I'm in the land of coconut, Koh Samui, coconut. So why would I go and into the shops, and there's plenty of it, coconuts in the bottles, so I just get it, as I said, from my ladies. I've got some packed to take back to Europe. There's ginger here, lemongrass, lime. So my trend forecast is just tap into where you live. So in Italy, it's all rosemary, garlic and olive oil. Prada's just brought out a bottle of olive oil. I tell you, I've got the best olive oil in Italy, and I ain't got Prada. It's got Gracie Opulenza, and it's from the south. So it's just, I'm very privileged to be in situations where I can just tap into the local artistry of hair and Thai herbs. And I'll show you my final, what has been the most memorable hairdressing experience of my life in a positive way. Has to be Vietnam. I mean, it's hard because I've had amazing ones in Singapore, Malaysia, Vietnam and Thailand, but it was just Vietnam. First of all, they lie you down, like completely lie you down. Like I've had a fracture here years ago, got a stiff shoulder, menopause. So the other day I really struggled to get up from my little lady, and it really hurt. So I'm definitely all up for those electric things. I mean, your hair washing should be an experience in itself, and no one does it like Southeast Asia. So I want you to wash my hair and scrub it and treat it for half an hour. This happens in Asia. It's just standard. The majority of time, they actually cut your hair dry before they wash it. Go figure that. Cutting your hair dry before you go and wash it. So for me, I think that trend as a different experience in the West should be happening than having an electric chair where you're just naturally going up and down, but you're completely lying down. For me, I think I can't believe old school technology in hairdressers, but I know that space is money. I totally get it. And Vietnam, and they massaged my head before they did anything out, and the massages, the sensories tapping in, just got me into that relaxing zone or in the salon. No hair dryers blowing, no one else but me and her. And that, how many hairdressers are out there that have the affordability and that can command that one-on-one? And just the beautiful smell of lime, ginger and lemongrass. So the infusion of natural herbs. I hadn't even got my hair cut yet. So after about half an hour and just towel drying and not saying much, it was a massage. Now, if you're in Vietnam and you want this experience in Southeast Asia, just get your hair washed and blow dried. That's an experience in itself. Because I find in Asia curly hair is very, very tricky to master. I can do another one. So this is luxury according to Gracie. So lying, the infusions of Southeast Asia, and coming and towel drying, and then the blow drying experience. So then comes the beautiful butterfly tea or the ginger tea. No coffee, no alcohol, no bubbles. Go to the pub if you want that, or a cocktail bar. It was a human to human connection. And then the time, the elegance of just blow drying my hair. And there are so many different experiences. So Vietnam, but as I said, come to Southeast Asia, be bold, start off with a deep hair scrub and highly recommend it. Can really take the stress out of what you're going through. And that's my trend forecast. As I said, I've just done this. I've got a very, very massive meeting. It's going to be heated. And I just wanted to be here, connect to nature and colour my own hair. It's just a stopgap. It's Revlon. Can't get it wrong. As I said, because of the competition now, because I grew up with limited brands. Now it's the beauty industry is so overwhelming. So when I'm in Asia, I always go for a Korean hair product or a Japanese one. Love how I've got Revlon though, and the simple reason for that was it's a trusted brand, but I've got other brands. I'm going to bring them back to Europe. Hey, this is Gracie Opulenza, luxury according to Gracie. Welcome to Koh Samui. And look at this, just me. No name brands, no music bars, No jet skis. It's just me. And this is luxury according to Gracie. Like, subscribe, and share your best hair colour or blow drying or style experience. But I can tell you this, hairdressing, and it's there, and it's going to just high-end, good hairstylists that have years of experience are going to command prices into the thousands. And I'm all for it.